Good morning, everybody. This is Bill again from Competition Cars. And this morning I want to go ahead and do a little more in-depth walk around on the exterior of this 1976 Cadillac Coupe de Ville that was converted into Cadamino, which was a combination of the Coupe de Ville slash El Camino. So I just got the car, and I always want to call the stories correct when I tell the history of the car. So the gentleman that I bought this from, so him and his dad bought this car together 12, 13 years ago or so. The dad loved Cadillacs, the son loved El Caminos. They found this car, and it had very low miles, but it had been sitting, and it needed to be restored, okay? I've got pictures of this car stripped down to bare metal and the car in a shell. They did one amazing job on this paint, and this paint was done probably 10 or 12 years ago or so, okay? The painter, again, I don't know who he was, but this guy was extremely talented. Laser straight body. There are a couple of spots on the roof. The customer pointed out to me before I bought it, but they're so minimal, I'm gonna leave it alone. There's like a little, almost like a little, looks like two little small dents right there maybe, and then a little bit of a blemish here, just the way the paint is sitting. It's not the quality, it's just like whatever was done to the body. There's a little bit of a ripple or whatever. It's not rust at all. So I just wanna point that out. Other than that, this paint is pretty much flawless. I have not paint corrected this car yet either, by the way. It is nice enough to go ahead and video and get it ready so you guys can see what we got. But I will do a paint correction, and I'll do a quick video after the paint correction is done. The bright work is very nice. It has some micro scratching in it, a little bit, not much. It's original bright work, but it looks good. Again, there's no rust on this car. And to tell the story again about, and I've got pictures of the car again that in the Bring a Trailer auction that I'm going to show where the car was down to bare metal and in a shell. So they really spent a lot of money getting this car right. Beautiful, beautiful wire wheels, American Classic tires. Does come with the original wheels and two sets of hubcaps, the flat caps and then some wire caps. All the turn signal lenses look great. All the bright work down the side looks great. I love the way that rear sail panel comes down versus some of the other ones were straight down. It just looked homemade. This looks like something that GM or Cadillac would have created from the factory. But just a beautiful car. And to tell the story again about getting back to telling what this car, how it arrived to become what it is from what I understand, the client buys this car new or puts a deposit on it. It's going to a coach builder in 1976 to get a sunroof put in. Car gets damaged, the roof gets damaged somehow on the way to the coach builder, from what I understand, and the customer doesn't want it. Coach builder gets the car, decides he wants to make an El Camino out of it, I guess buys the car from the selling dealer, then buys a bunch of El Caminos and does 18 of these cars. There's a newspaper article on it. I'll provide that and we'll talk about that later. But he did sell a couple of these to some famous celebrities. Evel Knievel, and I want to say Dolly Parton for some reason, but I've got it written down somewhere. I'll have to double check all that. But it's just a cool car. It's not a flower car. It's got a very functional bed. We'll go over that in another video. This tonneau cover comes out. The gate opens. You got a full functioning bed. But just a really nice car. I was glad to get my hands on it. The gentleman that got it, his dad passed a few years ago and held on to it for a while. And he was just ready to sell it. And I was lucky enough to be able to grab it. But it was a dad and son project. I always think those are cool. I've got a son, and so I know what it means to do something with your son or your dad together. It's always fun stuff. But yeah, so you got the best of both worlds. You got luxury and you got a pickup truck all in one, wrapped up in one. Original 500 cubic inch engine, runs like a top, air is cold. Everything on this car works. You're gonna see this car on YouTube first, but I am gonna be listing it on Bring a Trailer. And I'll have hundreds of pictures inside out underneath the car. Like I said, we haven't done the paint correction yet. The paint's that nice. Now I will bring it up to another level. There's really nothing terrible, but when I do my paint corrections, then the paint is absolutely crystal clear every inch of the car. So if there's any micro scratches from a car wash or hand washing, all that'll go away. You're not gonna see that right now in this video anyway, because it's so minor, but I can't wait to get my hands on it. I mean, it's a big car, it's gonna take me a while, but I pretty much do a paint correction on every car, regardless how nice the paint is. This is cool. When this hatch comes down, tailgate comes down, you got this little rubber roller here, plastic rubbery roller, and it hits the trunk and it rolls this down. So when you're putting the tailgate down, the tag is obviously in the way, so it folds right down. There's your gas. But you can see everything was done right. This looks 100% factory. If you didn't know it was a custom coach built car, you'd swear GM made this car. So there it is. We'll do some more videos later, guys. Want to get this out there. Car's submitted to bring a trailer. Should be live in a week or so. Check it out. Enjoy the video.